Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Scorpio for the month July, August. So the sign being Leo, the element being fire. Two big planets dominating the scene at the moment, and that is Saturn, the great restrictor, and Uranus, the unexpected. In other words, what's going on at the moment, people, uprisings of people, protesting, all that sort of thing. Big change, unexpected. So the energy around for you Scorpios is the Three of Wands. So definitely in tune with fire. Very good energy, this one, for looking out to the horizon. What's next? You've got good foundations, expansion, growth. There may be new things coming in for you in terms of career. I believe that is definitely coming along for Scorpio, and also a sense of, in terms of relationships and career as well. And I always bring him in, the man from overseas, so the man from far away. But definitely a very positive card. Where you are right now, Scorpio. Ace of Swords, breakthrough, clarity, great times coming out of difficult times, basically, is the Ace of Swords. So tumultuous times are sort of behind you. You can understand it now. You've got a clarity of thought, and you understand the ways of how things work. You know, there's rough and smooth, smooth and rough, but we always learn the most in the rough. So lots of new beginnings in terms of mind, where you want to go, career-wise, relationship-wise, all that sort of thing, opening up again to be quite clear and decisive about what you're doing and where you're going in terms of whatever means to you. What's influenced that to come in is the Six of Wands. So job well done, doing really well. Yeah, but maybe with this too, when we're doing really well at something, it may be time to be looking out and seeing what else is there. Where do you want to go next? It's always important. And with this Leo energy here of the Six of Wands, it's very harmonious, this card. And it's almost a congratulatory card as well, where we tend to get that message, look, you're doing really well, but what's next? Let's now go to look at June, July, the top here, the background. And we have stability. Stability at home, stability within yourself. Finances are good. You may have worried about these of recent months, but that's all settled down now. Now it's time to move on to perhaps career, where you want to go next for fulfillment wise. So a brilliant card, you can't get any better. And this is a Virgo card too, so it's interesting. Virgo comes next, August, September. So something's sort of brewing up there, Scorpio. Okay, now let's have a look at what's happened recently. And we have Devil, the Devil. So he is Capricorn. This is a Capricornian card, and Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Restrictor, the restrictor. So if there's any issues you've got, or you feel stuck in any way, just, you know, way too much of one thing and not enough balance in your life, the Devil comes in to say, well, you know, just sort of mix it up a bit. Don't, you know, it's like all of us, we can't have too much of a good thing. We kind of need that balance, because as humans we get wildly addicted to certain states, alcohol, drugs, whatever, love, whatever. So it's just this one's come in to say, well, if you're feeling stuck, now's the time to acknowledge it and look for something else to sort of balance up the energy, I guess. The lesson you'll be learning. Good news is on the way. New beginnings coming in. Really positive card, the Page of Wands. So, you know, things just sort of beginning, the beginnings of something great. Especially, it's in the pages are often messengers too, so they bring in seeds of creativity, ideas that just suddenly grow legs and start to move into something really concrete, and you can move with it. So lots of good energy with this one. Moving into near future, so talking about Sunday, Monday coming, 1st and 2nd that week of August. And then we have the Two of Swords, so decision. But you're kind of stalling a bit with this decision. The main theme of this card is just make the decision. It's not a big major decision, it is just a decision, but for some reason you're sort of holding back and you're umming and ahhing and toing and froing with it. And you've got a blindfold on there, so Scorpio, take that off, put the swords down and make the decision. But it's something, and probably relationships or career oriented, I would imagine, for you. Should I or shouldn't I? You've got clarity there and you've got stability. You're sort of a bit stuck at the moment as to what's going to come next. You need a refresh of something. Okay, let us see what's happening that you're not realising. The end of a cycle with the World. So something is definitely coming to an end. In terms of the cycle, it's been done, you've done it well, you've done it properly, you should be proud of it. Yeah, and this indeed goes well with this Two of Swords. And maybe you're thinking, oh no, I don't want to do that yet, I don't want to look for something, I'm not into... But then this comes in and says, yeah, but that cycle's actually coming to an end. You've got to set your sights on a new cycle and a new beginning. It's just the way of the way that things work in the world, beginnings and endings. And we do have a new moon on 8th of August, so perhaps in about a week's time that will come in. And new moons are all about new beginnings. But I believe, especially Scorpios, it'll be career, relationship, all that kind of function for you, that where you'll have to start sort of examining that. How others see you. Queen of Swords, very clear. Once again, clarity coming through. Yeah, she's very sort of intellectually sharp. She doesn't pull any punches. Quite austere and hard to reach, this woman. A lot of Libra in her, so she can appear to be quite aloof. Maybe that's not really who she is, if you know what I'm saying. It's sort of like a facade in a way. But she does possess the great qualities of clarity. So that's how you seem. So, but very decisive, and lots of good points with her as well. She's often a widow or a single woman, like she's kind of over that. And maybe that's it too. Maybe they're sort of saying, well, you know, break out of the Ice Queen sort of routine a bit. Relationships are there to be had and learnt from, so perhaps that's a bit of a push in that area. Only you yourself know that, Scorpio. I'm just the interpreter. Positive feelings for the next 4 weeks. We have the Chariot. So there we have victory coming for you. However, the key with the victory and the Chariot card is emotional discipline. So you've got to have it all balanced. You've got to have it sorted. It's a card of movement. The Chariot was the sort of former motor car. So it's like travel, movement, but in so many different ways apart from physical. But an analogy would be you don't go on a long road trip without getting a service or checking. And it's just like before you, whatever you're going to do next, make sure emotionally that you're disciplined for whatever the new cycle is going to bring, and you will indeed have victory, as you know you will, Scorpio. Okay, now we're going to have a look at the final outcome. And we have the Gemini card of expect the unexpected, disruptions. Young male card here, so it might have something to do with your son or younger people, boyfriends that are sort of there one minute, gone the next. Son that maybe could just suddenly come home, something like that. But very definitely, you know, something coming in very quick and sort of throwing things into a bit of a disruptive state. But nevertheless, it kind of wakes you up, this one. I'll just throw one on the Two of Swords and one on the Knight of Swords, just so we can have a look what's under the surface of this indecisive moment you're going to have next week. Decisions to make, options. Do I go this way? Do I go that way? But, you know, action, it's a good card. It's another 2. But you are, whatever, there's a few options up ahead for you, so go for it. Don't sit there toing and froing. Just make a decision and move, especially in the time of fire, because that's when things can really go in your favour. It's more positive energy. It moves very quickly. And underneath your Knight of Swords, the expect the unexpected, we have fears for fear's sake. So there's nothing to be fearful of. Just go with it. Sleeplessness, worrying about things that you don't need to. Whatever this is, yeah, something comes in quite unexpectedly, but don't get, you know, don't sort of dwell too much on it. You'll have forgotten about it and it will happen. Your message is, the stillness of the heart reflects heaven on earth. As truth unfolds with no strings attached, the heart becomes simple and pure. So lovely. Just lovely card. Just be still and let the things happen. It's time. Thank you so much for listening, Scorpio. Talk in 4 weeks.